So let's talk about something that happens all the time in healthcare, but we rarely put a name to it. It's this hidden gap, this disconnect between your family doctor and a specialist that honestly affects millions of people. It creates all this confusion and delay right when you need clarity the most. And believe it or not, it all starts with one single, really surprising number. And here it is, 50%. Get this, fully half of all patients show up for a specialist appointment completely undecided about what to do next. I mean, just imagine that. The anxiety, the pressure. This isn't just some abstract statistic, you know? It's a huge, massive bottleneck clogging up our entire healthcare system. And this bottleneck, it actually has a name. They call it indecision debt. It's this vicious cycle of confusion, right? It leads to more of those frustrating wait-and-see appointments, conversations get fragmented, and at the end of the day, it just delays you from getting the care you actually need. So, how in the world did we get here? Well, the root of the problem is something that researchers are calling the diagnostic chasm. It's basically this giant gap where a patient's understanding just falls through the cracks. Okay, so this really breaks it down. On the left, you've got the current model. And it's pretty messy, right? It's this frustrating loop of broken communication and just endless wait-and-see reviews. But the goal, what we're all aiming for, is what you see on the right. A clear, direct path that's built on you, the patient, making an informed choice. That's what leads to what they call high-velocity outcomes, which is just a fancy way of saying you get the right treatment way faster. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute. Don't we have pamphlets and PDFs for this stuff? And yeah, we do. The problem is, they just don't work. They're super generic. You take them home, try to read them, and of course, that's when you have questions. But the doctor isn't there. Plus, they usually give you this really simplistic binary choice. You know, like get the big surgery or do nothing. The bottom line, they have literally zero measurable impact on what patients actually decide to do. So, how do we fix this whole mess? Well, the solution is actually surprisingly elegant. It's a map for patients. There's this tool called Torbay Charts, and you can think of it like a GPS for your healthcare journey, designed to guide you from total confusion to absolute clarity. And let me be clear, this is not just another leaflet you shove in your purse or your pocket. It's what they call a consultation integrated framework. All that means is it's a visual tool that the doctor and the patient use together right there in the clinic to actually map out all the options and just get on the same page. And it works in 3 really simple steps. Okay, step 1, you and your clinician actually pinpoint the exact stage of your condition on this map. Step 2, the chart then shows you all the matched options for that stage. And we're not talking surgery or nothing. We're talking the full spectrum of care. And finally, step 3, you co-create a treatment plan. You actually make the decision together, as a team. And I know there are clinicians watching this thinking, okay, but what about the time? My clinic is slammed. Well, get this. The process doesn't slow anything down. The average consultation using these charts is just 22 minutes. That's totally time neutral, and there are no extra training costs involved. It's literally efficiency and empowerment all wrapped up in one. Okay, so the concept is awesome, right? But does it actually work? Well, the data is pretty incredible. It shows that when you map out this journey for a patient, their uncertainty doesn't just shrink, it completely collapses. I mean, look at this. A massive 92%. That's the amount of pre-consultation uncertainty that just gets wiped out when using these charts. That is the huge difference between feeling totally lost and feeling confident and in control of your own healthcare choices. And let's make that number even more real for you. Check this out. In a recent evaluation, you had 25 patients come into their appointments completely undecided. Look at that second bar. 23 of them, 23, walked out with a clear, definitive treatment plan. That's not just a change, that's a monumental shift. But, you know, it's not just about the data points and the charts. It's about people. And this quote from a patient, I think it just says it all. The most valuable part was feeling heard and involved in the decision. See? This isn't just a tool to make things run faster. It's a tool for empathy. All right, so now let's zoom out and look at the big picture here. Because when you empower patients like this, the benefits just ripple out across the entire healthcare system. We're talking faster outcomes, reclaimed hospital capacity, and yeah, millions in savings. Just consider this for a second. Almost 34% of patients who walked into their appointment expecting to get surgery ended up choosing a non-operative path, like physical therapy, just because they could see all their options laid out clearly. That is a profound and totally measurable change in patient behavior. Now, it's really easy to look at a number like that and think, oh, so this is just a way to ration care, to talk people out of surgery. But it's actually the complete opposite. This isn't about rationing at all. It's about precision. And the data totally proves it. There's a really strong statistical correlation here. Don't worry, I'll explain it. It basically shows that as the disease gets more severe, the choice to have surgery goes up. It's a perfect match. In simple terms, it means that decisions are aligning with actual medical need. It's about getting the right care to the right patient at exactly the right time. And the financial impact of getting that precision right, it is absolutely staggering. In just one treatment pathway with about 2,000 patients, this shift is projected to save over £1.66 million every single year. And that money saved, that translates directly into getting back lost capacity. I mean, we're talking about 176 fewer surgeries every year in just that one pathway. What does that do? Well, it helps clear up surgical waiting lists. It gets rid of all those wasteful wait-and-see appointments. And crucially, it frees up our top specialists to focus their time and energy on the most complex cases that really need them. And all of this brings us to a final, really big thought. We've just seen how a simple map, a visual guide, can solve this massive problem, how it can bridge that chasm between confusion and clarity. So it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a problem this big can be solved so elegantly, what other hidden gaps are out there in our healthcare system that we're just not seeing?